Hi, and welcome to a sound clip from our Bible study discussions every Tuesday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in Pakalani. Please enjoy.
My message is really short. So on, what day was that? I think it was on Saturday. I was, cleaning up my room before I went to bed, and I was singing worship songs and stuff. And I started singing Rashawn Mitchell's Nobody Greater. The searched all over, couldn't find nobody, high and low, still couldn't find nobody great, nobody great, nobody greater than you. That one. And the Holy Spirit was like, you're out here singing nobody greater, but the lie is you actually have replaced me and you are finding things that seem greater. And he was like, you need to stop replacing my presence with other things. I was like, oh, my bad. I mean, while I was singing it, I could tell I'm lying. I could tell. I was like, oh, I'm singing nobody greater, but I'm like, do I believe that? Do I really believe that? So yeah, I'm going to talk about that. And the story I thought of was 1 Samuel. Where is it? 1 Samuel 5 about Dagon. The little statue Dagon. I don't know if it was little or if it was big, but we can go there together. 1 Samuel 5, and we can start reading from verse 2. Then the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it into the house of Dagon and set it up beside Dagon. And when the people of Ashdod rose early the next day, behold, Dagon had fallen face down on the ground before the ark of the Lord. So they took Dagon and put him back in his place. But when they rose early on the next morning, behold, Dagon had fallen face down on the ground before the ark of the Lord. And the head of Dagon and both his hands were laying cut off on the threshold. Only the trunk of Dagon was left to him. This is why the priests of Dagon and all who went into the house of Dagon do not tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod to this day. I remember this one because when I was reading the story, I was like, that is so cool. Like, it was like a battle. A battle that nobody was seeing in the middle of the night, and you wake up in the morning and you're like, clearly somebody won. There's the Ark of God and there's a statue of Dagon, and every morning they'd wake up, Dagon is on the floor to the point where it is broken apart and they can't even recover it. And God just reminded me that him confronting me about replacing his presence with other things. If I'm stressed, and that's when I binge watch something. If I'm stressed, I would rather go and I know my brother plays video games. He loves to do that when he's stressed. If I'm stressed, I like to go and complain instead of just chilling, being grateful and not using my tongue for that nonsense. I just choose things that are not productive. They give me temporary, satisfaction. For other people, it's deeper than that. When you stress and you're anxious, you go to pornography, masturbation. The list is long. You could even sleep with human beings for the sake of just, finding peace. And him showing me that, replacing his presence is basically you asking for something that is worthless. And there are so many scriptures in the Bible that talk about idols and their worthlessness, their powerlessness. And we can go to one quickly in Jeremiah 2 verse 11. Where is that? Jeremiah 2 verse 11. 2 verse 11. He says, has a nation changed its God, and even though they are no gods, but my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. So clearly idols don't do anything for you. And we can go to Isaiah 31 as well. Isaiah 31. I really like this one, or it's just super confrontational to me. And the title of it is Woe to Those Who Go Down to Egypt. And it reads, Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help and rely on horses, who trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but do not look to the Holy One of Israel or consult the Lord. And yet he is wiser and brings disaster. He does not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the helpers of those who work iniquity. The Egyptians are man and not God, and their horses are flesh and not spirit. When the Lord stretches out his hand, the helper will stumble, and he who is helped will fall, and they will all perish together. When I read that, I'm like, I can see that like idols are not helpful in any way, but I can't lie, it's hard to let go of them. I heard what God told me on Saturday, but I don't know how to practically put it together that I end up letting go and trusting God more than I do the temporary, little fulfillment I get from watching a series or going to my sister and pouring my heart out before going to God himself, because he's, a safe place. So that's what I wanted to bring to the table. Idols in our lives, and what are we practically doing to dethrone them? God can come and tell us about them, but he can't do the thing that he did back then with Dagon, because now we have free will. Yep, he is present, but the idols are present, and it's up to us to dethrone them. He can't do that for us. So yeah, we can talk about that today. Cool. What are we doing about our idols?
Thank you for taking your time to listen in. Feel free to add your thoughts in the comment section or join us in person if and when you can. May God bless you.